In this video, we're talking about how things are changing. And we think it's important for you to know that we're not losing connection. We're just changing our connection points. Whereas maybe before, connection was mainly happening on a Sunday morning in our building at 10 o'clock to 11:30, sometimes maybe 12:30, depending on how long-winded I was. We're only changing that point. So we're going to stay in connection. We're just changing how we're going to connect. And that is through our home church model. So you're probably asking yourself, how is a home church going to work and look? And again, that's a great question. Home church is going to be a church. It's going to be your church. It's going to be a part of our church. It's going to have worship, prayer, communion, ministry time, Bible teaching, and fellowship together. This is what they talked about in the book of Acts that we just got through spending almost a year going through. These were the hallmarks of the church, meeting together in house to house. This is what church and connection point is going to look like here at Nashville Vineyard. So these home churches are going to be scattered around our region, and they're going to be led by people that you know and love. They're going to be led by people that are called, equipped, and are pastors at our church. And so really the church is sort of exploding into other areas and communities that we haven't been in before. Each pastor is going to be in community with everyone else, and the church is going to come together regularly, and we're going to continue to move through the scriptures, move through sermon series, all at the same time together. So we're one church, many locations, moving in the same direction. As we've been dreaming and listening to the Lord, leaning into what are these home churches going to be? How are they going to look? How are they going to feel? We've really wanted to be grounded in, guess what? The scriptures. And so one of my life verses, honestly, is Acts 2:42. And so in Acts 2:42, it talks about what it looked like in the first century church, which honestly is really what we want to try and emulate, is a biblical church. And so each home group is going to look like the first century church. That means, and I'm going to read it right out of the scriptures, Acts 2:42, it says, "And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, in the breaking of bread and in prayer." So those are things that are going to be a part of every home church. We're going to have teaching, and all of the home churches, they're going to be taught along the same passages in the scripture, same sermon series. All of that is going to be the same. You can think of it like maybe a multi-site campus, maybe a satellite campus, something like that. It's going to be individually led and pastored, and you're going to be individually cared for. But we're all moving together as one church into the direction that the Lord is leading us. That's going to continue to be the same. So this is begging the question, what's happening with the building? Short answer, nothing. We still have it, and we're still going to continue to office here. People living in Nashville are still going to be here. But until it's safe to do anything, we're not going to see you here. And it's never been about the building. This is an incredible space. But we're decentralizing. We feel like that's what the Lord is leading us into. And so as we move forward, who knows what's going to happen. But for now, everything's still on hold. Everything's still here. But as we're moving forward, who knows what the Lord is going to do with us. But I'll tell you what won't change is our call to this neighborhood, to the city, and to this area and region. That call is not going to change if we're here, if we're scattered, if we're somewhere else. We're still called to this area, to this neighborhood, even the street, and to this city. So another question you might have is, what is happening with Sundays? Are we going to keep live streaming? Are we going to keep offering digital online prayer groups, healing rooms, prophetic prayer, all of that sort of stuff? The answer is absolutely yes. Guys, I'm not sure what's going on, but the Lord is doing something incredible with this little live stream that's coming from, my upstairs bedroom and different places throughout the city. There's been almost 1.5 million people that have watched our services since we've gone online. We're having people tune in and comment and say things about how impactful it is literally all over the world every Sunday. People from Paris and Australia and Africa, all over. It's bananas. And so we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep reaching people. We've added to the church. People have started saying, this is my church now. And so we're going to keep doing that. And we're actually going to try and, do it from other places other than my upstairs bedroom maybe one time and maybe make it a little bit better. But we're definitely going to keep trying to do that because we think the Lord is using it somehow to reach people literally all over the world. So also, just so you know, we're planning at some point, whenever it's safe to do and it's honoring to our city, of having some amazing big gatherings again. I'm thinking worship nights. We're thinking parties. We're thinking celebrations. And maybe even a service or two. It just may not look like it used to. I think that's a good thing. You know, we always want new wine. You may have been around churches and have heard that expression forever. That we want new wine. We want the new thing that the Lord is doing. But the thing about new wine is you have to change the wineskin. And we believe the Lord is changing that in us today and going forward so that we can carry the new things that he has for us around our neighborhoods and our cities. So again, lots changing, crazy times, but I want you to hear me when we say, this really isn't a response to COVID. This is not the Nashville Vineyard's pivot to COVID and how we can continue to go. Honestly, we believe this is the way forward for our church. We believe the Lord is leading us into this direction, which is really a different new direction. And we're excited. I mean, we are honestly more excited than we've been in a long time because we've been feeling the stirrings that the Lord wanted to do something big for over a year now. And it seems like it's just now coming into clarity. So listen, a lot here, a lot is going on. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. If you have questions that this didn't cover, shoot us an email and we would love to answer those questions as soon as possible. We're gonna have more videos that are beginning to come up that's gonna profile the different home churches, the different pastors and leaders of those churches, where they're at and what you can expect going forward. Love you guys. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. The Lord is on the move, and this is an exciting time to be alive.